Green Haycres by Lunabrony. Chapter 2. Both ponies looked at each other, slowly circling, eyes locked on each other as if it were an old western showdown. Neither one dared to speak. Several minutes passed before either one of them did. "Applejack?" asked the Earth Pony. "Rarity?" asked the Unicorn. Applejack stomped her hoof. "Don't say it like that! You make me sound uncivilized! If you tarnish my reputation, AJ, so help me! Really? Really? The current situation you find yourself in, one look at yourself and that's what you're worried about?" The farm pony tossed her mane back. "Well, I look perfect. I always do. Of course, I can't say the same for you, darling. A makeover is just what you..." She gasped. "My client!" she exclaimed, and rushed into the back room, with Rarity following. "You're what now?" "My client, Applejack! I've almost finished with a very important design, and now I can't finish it!" She pointed accusingly at her own horn. "I need that! Give it back to me at once!" Rarity sighed. "It's not that easy to just turn a pony into a unicorn. If there was, I'm sure Pinky would have found it by now. She's part unicorn anyway. Look, this has to be an easy fix. We'll just go to Twilight and tell her what happened and..." "No!" Applejack shrieked. "We mustn't tell Twilight. She'll think we're incompetent." "Okay, fine. We won't tell Twilight. Although I'm sure she could fix it. But you think there's a better way? Who the hay house are we gonna get to fix this?" Applejack smiled in such a way that Rarity didn't like at all. "Leave it to me, darling. I'm just the thing." "I must say, you're in quite a fix to have messed up such a magic trick," the zebra said calmly, circling the pair who had so unceremoniously burst into her home several moments earlier. "It wasn't no fancy magic trick. None that we did, anyway," Rarity huffed. "There was some kind of magic light doohickey, and this." Zecora shook her head. "I can reverse it with a bit of speed, but first, a bit of time I'll need. The ingredients are rare, but don't despair. I'll have them before you can say Appleseed." "Time? How much time? My design is due tomorrow!" "Then an extension you'll have to make. I need 42 hours, give or take." Rarity sighed with relief. 2 days, huh? I guess it ain't that bad. I can handle things till then." "You will handle nothing. Everything in my shop is perfect the way it is. You, Applejack, will return to my boutique at once and keep up the charade for Sweetie Belle's sake. You'll do my chores for me. If you can even get the tractor out of the barn." "Don't be ridiculous, Applejack. I'll simply have the butler do them." Rarity narrowed her eyes. "We're a farm. We don't have no fancy magic and we don't have no butler. You'll have to do them yourself. Macintosh will help you." "In the dirt?" "In the dirt." The farm pony pranced on her front legs, making horrified whimpering sounds. "It's settled then. You go do my chores and I'll handle your clothing line. Thank you, Zecora. As soon as y'all get that spell ready, come find us at once," she said, making her exit, with Applejack squirming right behind her. Zecora called after her, watching them leave. "This experience could be good for you. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Or just don't listen to me. You ponies never do." Back at the apple farm, it was business as usual. The sun was high in the afternoon sky, and Applejack was coming down the road, carefully stepping over any puddles that may get in her way. Apple Bloom came bounding towards her in that adorable way that only the youngsters could pull off. "Applejack, you're back! She looked confused. Where's the water tank? I thought you went into town for a new water tank. She patted the youngster on the head. I must have forgotten it. What's wrong with you? You sound funny. Cold! I have a cold! Achoo! She said lamely. Apple Bloom just gave her a very strange look. Whatever. Well, I finished cleaning my room. I'm gonna find Scootaloo, she declared, and ran off towards town. Applejack shivered. All right, I can do this. Just 2 days, I can do... Her voice was cut off by an enormous pitch of hay landing on her, which had flown out of the barn. She shook it off, enraged, and marched right over to the door. Excuse me, I'm working here! Were you raised in a barn? The enormous red stallion lifted his head, pitchfork in his mouth. Yup. She blinked. Oh! Well then, she said, backing out of the barn and entering the farmhouse. Perhaps a few chores will be good for me, provided I can do them with style. Her commentary was cut off by Winona, who upon seeing Applejack, came racing down the hall and proceeded to lick her relentlessly. Ew! 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 She whined, running from the beast. Why these heathens don't have a cat is beyond me! Cats never do this! At least, not the civilized ones, anyway. The cat in question was curled up on a windowsill in Carousel Boutique, sleeping blissfully and completely unaware of anything being amiss. Rarity was locked in the kitchen, attempting to levitate a plate from the sink. Her horn sputtered and fizzled, but the plate remained where it was. How in tarnation does she make this look so easy? The unicorn grumbled. Sweetie Belle appeared in the doorway, looking mystified. What you doing? She asked. Rarity picked her head up immediately. Sweetie Belle, I'm, just doing some dishes, she said calmly. What can I help you with, Sugar Cube? How come you're talking like Applejack? Rarity sputtered. It's talk like Applejack Day? It's a real thing. Huh? So did you get that dress done you were working on? Of course, She dropped. She despised this deception. She despised it completely. But she had to remind herself that it was not an outright fabrication, but a game! Yes, that was it! A game! To prevent further chaos from spreading. Of course I did, she said, her voice cracking. That's great! You really worked too hard, Rarity. You should take a break, she said, and made her way off upstairs toward her room. Rarity sighed. This was harder than it looked. She returned her attention to the plate in the sink, attempting to levitate it. Her horn sparked, and the plate flew out of the basin and shattered against the wall. Rarity threw herself to the floor, showered by pieces of porcelain. Stupid fancy mathematics, she muttered. The hours passed. Far off in Canterlot, Luna relieved her sister of her daily obligation, and the mantle of responsibility passed. As the sun set and the moon rose, Applejack sat on the front porch with her little sister. You've been acting funny all day, Applejack. You didn't even want to go mud wrestling with me. And you love that. Are you sure you're right? Applejack cringed at the thought of mud wrestling. Of course I'm all right, darling. I just had my mind on other things. Apple Bloom, covered in mud, hugged her older sister. Applejack cringed further, but a soft smile graced her features, and she returned the gesture. Not every pony was preparing for bed, however, as was demonstrated by the frazzled Twilight who'd been poring through books all day. I can't find it anywhere. Her eye twitched.
Are you still trying to find out what that purple lightning was?
Pinky asked, saying nearby.
I know I've seen it before. Teleportation and relocation spells, Volume 1?
Twilight stared at her.
Where did you... It was under P for purple light thingy. How does that even...
Never mind. She folded the book over to her, flipping through the pages.
Aha! Here it is. When dealing with relocation spells, it's very important that one has perfect concentration and only perform on inanimate objects. When performed on live objects, side effects may include...
Her eyes widened. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad. If that light hit something, it might have caused someone to switch bodies.
Yay!
Not yay!
Aww.
Pinky narrowed her eyes.
I bet I know who did it too. That's great.
Who?
My school teacher. She's acting very, very, very strange last time I saw her.
That's a start. When was the last time you saw her?
1,117 days ago. It was a Tuesday.
Twilight narrowed her eyes, not sure if trolling.
Pinky,
that's almost 3 years ago. The spell backfired yesterday.
Then we better go find her,
Pinky exclaimed and ran out the door. Twilight face-hoofed and ran out the door after her.
That's exactly what I've been saying this whole time.
Meanwhile, at Carousel Boutique, Rarity had been up all night, staring at the unfinished dress that was due in a few hours. A knocking at the door caused her to jump unceremoniously and race to answer it. She blinked in surprise upon finding her own brother standing there, a rose in his mouth. "Macintosh, what in the hell do you think you're doing? Are you in the right place?"
Yup.
She raised an eyebrow. "Please don't tell me you're here to ask me out."
Yup.
She poker faced. "I'm Applejack. Rarity and I switched bodies." He poker faced as well. She gave him a cocky, teasing grin. "Unless you want to go out anyway," she said. In a normal situation, this would be extraordinarily less awkward, but it should at least get rid of him for a little while.
Nope!
He turned and barreled away from the boutique. "That's what I thought." She slammed the door. Today was just getting stranger and stranger.